Hey guys, how are you? Andy Suku, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions, consumer credit expert. In today's video, I'm actually going to break down a disposition of proceeds when your car is repossessed. Now, let me tell you why I'm doing this video. A lot of you guys, and you've heard me use this terminology, disposition paperwork. You've heard it on many of my videos from 2013 up to now. You're going to hear it. I've always talked about the disposition paperwork for when your car is repossessed. Okay. So, and I ask you guys, do you have your disposition paperwork? And a lot of you guys don't have it. And this is a very important document when it comes to handling a repossessed car. Because keep in mind, I've said this in many videos, even though the car is repossessed and auctioned off sent to the auction, and there's a balance left, you are still responsible for that because you signed a contract with the bank. When you first got the car, you're responsible for the 100% of the debt of the car, right? Until the car is paid off. So even though it gets repossessed, you couldn't afford to pay it, and whatever reason happened, you lost your job, life happens, the car is repossessed, you couldn't have redeemed it 30 days before, it goes to the auction, it gets auctioned, now there's a balance that you're responsible for, and it's called a disposition paperwork or disposition of proceeds. And I've used this terminology many times in many videos. However, I actually have a client that had the disposition paperwork, so it's great. So I can do a video and show you guys what it is that I'm speaking about and why this document is important. So now let me break this down. Let me say this also. Whether you give the car back or is repossessed, so you guys call it voluntary repossession or repossessed, it doesn't matter. It's a repossession. There's no classification on your credit report that says you voluntarily gave the car back. No, repossession is a repossession. So I'm not sure why everyone's using this terminology. I voluntarily repossessed it. No, I voluntarily gave it back. It's a repossession, right? You couldn't afford the car because when you call the bank and said, "Hey, I don't want this car," they didn't tell you drop it off to the dealership, right? The car was at your house. After 3 months, a tow truck came and picked it up. It's a repossession. So let's get that straight. There's no such thing as a voluntary repossession or repossession. A repossession is a repossession, okay? Now, when every car gets repossessed and you can't redeem it in 30 days, the bank will send it to the auction and it will be sold. Especially if you're in a loan like with Santander's, Ally, Chrysler Financial, Capital One. These loans are high interest loans. That means you're upside down on the car. When you bought it, your credit was shot and the dealership shopped around, got you a deal, and we got funded for the car at a high rate. You took the car and it's upside down and you owe more than what the car is worth, right? So that's why a lot of you guys have such a big negative disposition proceed, okay? So this is what a disposition paperwork reflects. And actually, I might put this in the video as well. This is actually a real-time client. I'll put it in the video just so you understand it. So you can see a little bit here. It has the classifications, has the prices. Classification, prices. Everything that went into auction in the car, all the proceeds. This will be in the video, okay? You guys can see that, okay? So it tells you the gross proceeds, which it says, well, first off, it tells you how much you owed on the loan when the car was repossessed. Then it tells you the car was auctioned for $10,300. Client owed $21,000, $10,300. There's reconditioning fee, $783, which means they had to fix all the scratches, dents, whatever you had on the car, in order to clean it up, in order to get it sellable at the auction. This is why I always ask you guys, if you're gonna give a car back or you're gonna let it repossess, take it to a car wash and spend $200, let them detail the car, clean it up as much as they can. Do not give the car back looking like it's like a bum was living in there. It's gonna cost you more money in the long run. Do not do that. You've heard me say that all the time. And if you're a client watching this video and you had a repossession, a Y2K represented you on that, you know I said that before. Then it has disposition cost, $348, and the net position proceeds, which is $9,168. So then the tow truck fees and so forth. So now the client owes $12,527 on this car after the car was auctioned after the car was repossessed and went to the auction. But the reason why you need this document, you need to see what breaks down these fees. Because then some of these fees can be challenged to lessen what you owe. So when we do a settlement, you're paying less than what you're supposed to pay. Because a lot of these fees could be made up. But you wouldn't know that. And if you don't have this document, you cannot challenge it. This is why it's very important. If you have a car, it's getting repossessed, Everyone gets a disposition paperwork. Every single one. There's no way you can call my office and say, oh, I never got it. Yes, you did. You just weren't responsible enough to open the mail and read your stuff. Everyone gets it. By law, they have to send it because you owe them money. So obviously they want their money. They're not going to just call you and say, hey, the bank's not going to call you and say, hey, you know, John Smith, you owe us $12,000. They're going to send you documents. This thing is very viable. So make sure if you're in that situation, God forbid you're not, but if you're in that situation, you open your mail and you get this document because it's very crucial to your case. All right. But this is what a disposition of proceed document looks like when a car is repossessed. If you have any questions about this video, comment, drop it downstairs, and I'll answer it for you guys. And I'll see you on the next video. Talk to you soon. Have a good day.